Stoicism teaches us the power of emotional detachment, a skill that enables you to remain unshaken by others' disrespect. When you detach from emotions, you stop letting people's actions dictate your peace of mind. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond thoughtfully, maintaining control over your emotions and mindset. This Stoic approach helps you navigate disrespect gracefully, turning challenging moments into opportunities for inner strength and wisdom. In this article, we'll explore 8 powerful ways to handle disrespect using Stoic wisdom, from emotional detachment to setting strong boundaries, all designed to help you stay calm, composed, and in control. Shift your focus to what you can control. Building on the Stoic practice of detachment, another powerful tool for handling disrespect is shifting your focus to what you can control. We often waste energy trying to change people or situations that are beyond our control, especially when it comes to how others treat us. The Stoic philosophy reminds us that we can't control others' actions, but we have full control over how we respond. This shift in perspective is liberating. It takes the power away from those who disrespect us and places it squarely where it belongs, within ourselves. When you encounter disrespect, it's easy to feel angry or frustrated, but instead of getting caught up in those emotions, focus on what you can do in the moment. Are you able to remain calm and composed? Can you choose how you react? By centering your energy on your own behavior and actions, you regain a sense of control and self-respect. The Stoics emphasize that our emotions are the result of our judgments, and by changing how we perceive a situation, we can avoid unnecessary distress. This doesn't mean you should ignore the disrespect or tolerate mistreatment. Rather, it's about choosing not to let someone else's negative behavior determine your emotional state. By focusing on your own responses, you give yourself the power to rise above the situation. This mindset shift allows you to approach the disrespect with clarity, keeping your emotions in check and your actions aligned with your values. The Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate, also plays a role here. It encourages us to accept whatever happens, including disrespect, as an opportunity for growth. If someone disrespects you, rather than seeing it as an affront to your dignity, consider it as a test of your character. How you handle the situation speaks volumes about your resilience, your ability to remain composed under pressure, and your commitment to your own values. Additionally, focusing on what you can control means taking responsibility for your own actions and boundaries. If someone is disrespecting you, instead of trying to control their behavior, you have the power to set clear limits. If necessary, you can distance yourself from people who don't respect you or decide to disengage from the interaction altogether. The key is to respond, not react. By shifting your focus to your own responses, you free yourself from the emotional burden of trying to control others, and in doing so, you strengthen your inner peace and integrity. The Stoics believe that true freedom comes when we let go of the need to control everything around us and focus on mastering ourselves. With this approach, disrespect no longer has the power to destabilize you. It becomes just another passing moment, unworthy of your emotional investment. Respond with calm, not anger. Building on the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, the next essential approach when dealing with disrespect is responding with calm, not anger. In the heat of the moment, it's natural to feel defensive or upset when someone disrespects you. But reacting with anger often leads to regret and only fuels further conflict. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that emotions like anger, while natural, can cloud judgment and hinder our ability to think clearly. By responding with calm, we maintain control over the situation and preserve our dignity. When someone disrespects you, take a moment to pause and breathe. Instead of immediately reacting with a burst of frustration, use this pause to regain your composure and choose how you respond. The Stoics believed in taking a rational, thoughtful approach to all situations, even those that trigger strong emotions. Anger, according to Stoic thought, is a destructive force that comes from judging an external event as harmful to your well-being. However, it's important to remember that it's not the event itself that causes distress, but rather our judgment of it. By practicing mindfulness and controlling your immediate emotional reaction, you create space for a more rational response. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes invaluable. By understanding that external circumstances are beyond our control, we learn to detach from our emotional reactions. you have the ability to decide whether to escalate the situation with anger or to respond in a composed, calm manner that aligns with your values. Responding calmly doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or ignoring the disrespect. It means acknowledging the situation and choosing not to let it consume you. Calmness is a reflection of emotional strength. It shows that you're not easily rattled by external events and that your inner peace is more important than engaging in unnecessary conflict. It's about choosing not to allow someone else's negativity to dictate your emotional state. The Stoics often practiced the technique of negative visualization to help manage their reactions. By mentally preparing for challenging situations, such as encountering disrespect, we can train ourselves to stay calm when they arise. This proactive approach to emotional regulation helps you anticipate moments of disrespect and respond with greater composure. Moreover, responding with calm sends a powerful message. It signals that you are self-assured and grounded, and it often disarms the person who is disrespecting you. When they see that their words or actions don't provoke an emotional reaction from you, they may lose their power over you. Your calm demeanor can turn the situation in your favor, leaving you with your dignity intact and your peace of mind undisturbed. By embracing the Stoic practice of responding with calm instead of anger, you empower yourself to rise above disrespect and maintain your integrity. This mindful approach to handling adversity will help you navigate life's challenges with grace, clarity, and unshakable composure. Practice empathy and understanding. Building on the Stoic idea of responding with calm rather than anger, the next powerful step in dealing with disrespect is practicing empathy and understanding. It's easy to become defensive when faced with someone's disrespect, but the Stoic approach encourages us to look beyond our own emotions and try to understand the perspective of the person who is disrespecting us. This shift in mindset doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but rather seeing the situation as a reflection of their inner state. By doing so, we free ourselves from taking their actions personally and prevent the disrespect from triggering an emotional storm within us. When we practice empathy, we acknowledge that everyone is fighting their own battles and may be projecting their struggles onto others. Whether it's stress, insecurity, or unresolved emotions, people often lash out when they are feeling overwhelmed or hurt. By taking a step back and considering their possible reasons for acting disrespectfully, we gain a deeper understanding of the situation and are less likely to react impulsively. This empathetic approach helps us respond with grace and poise, rather than getting caught up in the drama. Empathy also allows us to see that disrespect is often more about the other person's limitations than about us. They may be struggling with their own issues or insecurities, and their actions might stem from a place of weakness, not strength. Understanding this helps us to detach emotionally from the situation, reducing the sting of their words or behavior. Rather than feeling personally attacked, we can view the disrespect as an opportunity to practice patience and maintain our own integrity. Moreover, empathy doesn't mean you need to accept mistreatment or tolerate toxic behavior. It's about understanding the root of the issue without letting it affect your peace of mind. This understanding helps you maintain your boundaries and make decisions that align with your values, all while remaining calm and composed. You can still choose to remove yourself from the situation, set limits, or assertively address the disrespect, but doing so from a place of empathy allows you to act from a place of strength, rather than reacting out of anger or frustration. The Stoics believed that the best way to rise above any situation is to cultivate understanding and not let external factors, like the behavior of others, determine our emotional state. By developing empathy, you can avoid being swept up in the negativity of the moment, choosing instead to act with wisdom and emotional intelligence. This approach is not about being passive or weak. It's about remaining in control of your emotions and responding with compassion, both for yourself and for the person causing the conflict. In the end, practicing empathy not only helps you deal with disrespect more effectively but also fosters greater emotional resilience. It allows you to stay grounded and focused on what truly matters: your own personal growth, integrity, and peace of mind. Set boundaries and stand firm. Building on the importance of practicing empathy, the next key strategy for handling disrespect is to set clear boundaries and stand firm in them. While empathy helps you understand where others are coming from, it doesn't mean you should tolerate behavior that crosses your personal limits. Stoicism teaches us that self-respect is foundational to living a virtuous life, and protecting your peace is essential for maintaining that respect. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to yourself, your values, and your emotional well-being. When someone disrespects you, it's crucial to recognize that you have the right to assert your boundaries without guilt or hesitation. Boundaries are not walls meant to isolate you from others, but protective lines that ensure your space, time, and emotions are respected. In a world where people often push the limits of what's acceptable, having clear boundaries is a form of self-care that signals to others how you expect to be treated. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially when you're concerned about how others will react. You might fear confrontation or worry that asserting your needs will make you seem difficult or unapproachable. However, Stoic wisdom emphasizes the importance of acting in alignment with your values, rather than seeking approval or avoiding conflict. The Stoics believed that personal integrity and peace of mind should never be compromised to placate others. By standing firm in your boundaries, you are choosing to respect yourself, and this choice empowers you to handle disrespect more effectively. When you allow others to disrespect you without setting boundaries, it sends a message that you are willing to accept poor treatment, which only invites more disrespect. But when you clearly communicate what is acceptable and what is not, you take control of the situation and show others that your time and energy are valuable. Whether it's asking someone to speak to you with more respect or choosing to walk away from a disrespectful conversation, standing firm in your boundaries reinforces your commitment to yourself and your peace. Setting boundaries also helps to prevent resentment from building up. When you don't stand up for yourself, you might internalize negative emotions that can manifest as frustration, anxiety, or anger. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and make it harder to maintain healthy relationships. By consistently reinforcing your boundaries, you create an environment where mutual respect is the foundation of your interactions, rather than resentment or passive aggression. In the end, setting boundaries and standing firm is not about being harsh or inflexible. It's about protecting your inner peace and showing the world that you will not tolerate mistreatment. It's an essential part of maintaining your emotional health, ensuring that you can continue to practice empathy, remain calm in the face of disrespect, and stay aligned with your values. Boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth, and standing firm in them is one of the most powerful ways to protect your dignity and empower yourself to deal with the challenges of life with grace and resilience. Use disrespect as a mirror for self-improvement, building on the importance of setting boundaries and standing firm in your values. The next Stoic principle to embrace when faced with disrespect is using it as a mirror for self-improvement. While it's easy to view disrespect as an attack on our character, Stoicism encourages us to flip that perspective and see it as an opportunity to reflect and grow. Rather than reacting defensively, we can use these moments to strengthen our inner resolve, deepen our understanding of ourselves, and refine our emotional responses. When you're disrespected, it's natural to feel hurt or angry. However, instead of dwelling on the offense or feeling victimized, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? In Stoic philosophy, every external challenge is an opportunity for inner growth. When faced with disrespect, we can choose to use it as a moment for introspection. Does this situation reveal any areas where you might have neglected your boundaries or where you might have tolerated poor treatment? It's a chance to evaluate how you handle conflict and whether there are ways to improve your emotional resilience. The key to transforming disrespect into self-improvement lies in your ability to detach from the emotional charge of the situation. When you respond from a place of emotional calm, you create the space to analyze the situation objectively. Are there patterns in how others treat you that reflect something about your own behavior or expectations? Sometimes, we unknowingly allow others to treat us in ways that don't align with our own standards, and this can be an opportunity to reassess and raise those standards. Stoicism teaches that we are the creators of our own happiness and inner peace. When we are disrespected, it's not an indictment of our worth, but a reflection of the person doing the disrespecting. By examining our reactions, we can learn whether we are giving too much power to others' opinions, or if there are underlying insecurities or expectations influencing our response. Self-improvement doesn't mean blaming ourselves for others' behavior, but rather finding ways to enhance our own growth, both emotionally and mentally. By using disrespect as a mirror, you can gain deeper insights into your personal values, triggers, and how you handle adversity. Instead of allowing the situation to diminish your self-worth, you can emerge from it with greater clarity and strength. This process not only helps you build emotional resilience but also empowers you to become the best version of yourself, one who reacts thoughtfully, stands firm in their values, and grows from every experience, no matter how challenging. In this way, disrespect becomes a stepping stone on your path to personal development. Every encounter can become an opportunity to refine your emotional intelligence, strengthen your character, and reaffirm your commitment to living a virtuous, stoic life. By viewing disrespect through the lens of self-improvement, you stop being a victim of external circumstances and become the master of your own growth. Let go of the need for validation from others. Building on the idea of using disrespect as a mirror for self-improvement, the next vital Stoic principle is letting go of the need for validation from others. When we are disrespected, it's often because we are seeking approval or recognition from people who may not value us in the way we deserve. The Stoic philosophy teaches that relying on external validation is a pathway to emotional instability and disappointment. True peace and strength come from within, and once we release the need for validation from others, we reclaim our power and self-worth. When you allow the opinions and actions of others to dictate how you feel about yourself, you open the door for constant emotional turmoil. People may respect you one moment and disrespect you the next, depending on their mood, needs, or personal biases. If your self-worth is tied to these fluctuating external factors, you will always be at the mercy of others' actions and words. This is where the Stoic practice of self-sufficiency comes into play. The Stoics believed that our happiness should not be dependent on anyone other than ourselves. They emphasized the importance of cultivating an inner sense of worth that isn't swayed by the praise or criticism of others. Letting go of the need for validation allows you to break free from this cycle. When you stop seeking approval, you no longer feel compelled to justify yourself or prove your value to anyone. Your sense of self-worth becomes rooted in your own understanding of who you are, rather than in how others perceive you. This shift is incredibly liberating. It means you can stay true to yourself without needing others to validate your choices, beliefs, or actions. In practical terms, this could mean stepping away from relationships or situations where you feel undervalued or disrespected. When you no longer seek external validation, you develop the clarity to see when someone is treating you poorly or taking advantage of your need for approval. You stop tolerating disrespect because you know your own worth, and you refuse to allow others to diminish it. By practicing the Stoic ideal of self-validation, you also gain the ability to remain unaffected by praise or criticism. Whether someone acknowledges your efforts or disregards your contributions, you remain grounded in your own sense of value. This doesn't mean you stop caring about the opinions of others entirely. Rather, it means that their opinions no longer have the power to alter your self-perception. Letting go of the need for validation isn't about becoming indifferent or detached from others. Instead, it's about learning to appreciate and respect yourself first, so that when others disrespect you, their words or actions don't shake your inner peace. When you stop seeking validation from external sources, you reclaim your emotional freedom and gain the ability to respond to disrespect with wisdom, rather than reacting out of insecurity or neediness. In the end, Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from within. By letting go of the need for validation, you not only build a stronger, more resilient sense of self, but you also free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of seeking approval. This final principle allows you to navigate life's challenges with a steady, unshakable sense of confidence and peace. Embrace the power of forgiveness. Building on the liberating idea of letting go of the need for validation from others, the final Stoic principle to practice when dealing with disrespect is embracing the power of forgiveness. When we release the emotional burden of seeking approval or holding on to grudges, we create space to practice forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior or allowing people to treat you poorly without consequence. Instead, it's a tool for emotional freedom that allows you to let go of resentment and focus on maintaining your peace of mind. Disrespect can leave emotional scars, making it easy to harbor bitterness or resentment. These feelings can fester and affect not only your relationships but your overall well-being. By embracing forgiveness, you free yourself from the heavy weight of negative emotions, allowing you to move forward with clarity and strength. The Stoics recognize that holding onto grudges is a form of self-sabotage, as it gives power to others over your emotional state. When you forgive, you take back that power and regain control of your peace. Forgiveness also aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our control. We cannot control how others treat us, but we can control how we respond to their behavior. By forgiving, we release the desire to seek revenge or harbor ill feelings, and instead, choose to remain grounded in our own values and sense of peace. Forgiveness doesn't imply that the other person is right or justified in their actions. It simply means that we choose to let go of the emotional attachment to the offense. It's an act of self-care, not an act of excusing wrongdoings. When you embrace forgiveness, you shift your focus from the past hurt to the future possibilities. Instead of letting the disrespect define you or keep you in a state of anger or sadness, you use it as an opportunity to rise above the situation and practice emotional mastery. This mindset allows you to heal and move on, rather than being stuck in a cycle of negative emotions. Furthermore, forgiveness doesn't mean that you must continue to engage with someone who disrespects you. It's about releasing the emotional charge attached to the situation, so that you can protect your own well-being. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you allow them back into your life if they continue to mistreat you. It simply means that you refuse to let their actions control your emotional state. In embracing forgiveness, you also model strength and wisdom to those around you. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of emotional resilience and inner peace. It allows you to move forward with grace, rather than being held hostage by the actions of others. Stoicism teaches us that we are responsible for our own happiness, and forgiveness is a powerful tool for protecting that happiness. In the end, forgiveness is the key that unlocks your emotional freedom. By embracing it, you no longer allow disrespect to take up space in your mind or heart. You reclaim your peace, protect your emotional health, and remain focused on living a life in alignment with your values. It's a practice that not only strengthens your emotional resilience, but also allows you to move through life with compassion, understanding, and inner peace. If you found this video helpful and empowering, show some love by hitting that like button. Your support means the world to us and helps us create more content that speaks to your soul. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and share your experiences with handling disrespect. How do you stay calm and true to yourself? And don't forget to check out our other videos for more life-changing insights and Stoic wisdom. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of inspiration. Stay strong, stay wise.